Hi and welcome once again to Time to Grow. This is Mike Shinton. I want to tell you a story today, a story about my young daughter India. She's 8 and she's got the acting bug. And a little while ago she got her first part in a professional production of The King and I, and it was just the most fantastic experience for her and actually for her dad too. And it was the week of the performance was just the most wonderful week to see my little daughter on stage for the first time. It was just unforgettable. It's something that will live with me forever. But that's not the point of the story. Subsequent to that, because she really has got the bug, she went to another audition just a little while ago for a part in a production of The Sound of Music, so one of the Von Trapp children. And there were over 200 kids went for these auditions to start with, and Indy got through the first round and got down to the final 40. And there was a second round of auditions, and parents aren't allowed to go watch the auditions. So I took her along to the venue, and the audition lasted for about an hour and a half. And when she came out, I've never seen her so upset. She was almost inconsolable. She was in floods of tears, jumped straight into my arms, and cried and cried and cried all the way home and cried herself to sleep that night. And I was so worried about how she was going to be the next morning, because you know how we worry about our kids. But you know, I needn't have worried, because she woke up and she was just bright as a button. It was amazing. And what's the point of this really? Well, the point to me was, and the big lesson for me, was that she dealt with her emotions in the moment, on the night, at the time when she needed to deal with them. She dealt with them, so by the time she woke up the following morning, she could move on and get on with the day, get on with her life. But how about you and I? How good are we at dealing with our emotions? I'm suspecting we're not as good as when we were small children. And you know, unprocessed emotions, they're like seeds planted in fertile ground, and they're planted in fertile ground because we're all emotional beings. And if we don't deal with them, they tend to grow. I want you to take 4 or 5 minutes maybe now, just to think through in the recent past, what's happened to you that you've suppressed. You've suppressed the emotion. Something that made you angry, something that made you sad, whatever it is, and commit to dealing with it today. Because these things, more than anything, our emotions, our suppressed emotions, can really hold us back. And until we really deal with them, we're never going to find the freedom that will allow us to be who we really want to be.